Alright folks, so I watched The Crown recently, and as April is a dry month for me, April 2021, not many reviews, not many videos to post, I thought I'd leave a review of Season 1. Let's do it. This review is sort of timely because I hadn't planned a review before it happened, but of course Prince Philip's passing was relatively recent, so I don't even know what to say with that. Just coincidentally that I finished The Crown right about the same time. Like, I would have had zero interest. I wasn't even sure who he was. I constantly mix up the royal family, but it's kind of cool that I get to know a little more about him after watching the show. I mean, I don't even know if any of it's real. This is it. Let's get into it. Folks, one of my favorite genres of film, and I guess TV by extension, is historical dramas, and this show is entirely that. It's basically a portal to 1940s, 50s, early 50s Britain, when the royal family, a look at them, and I love it. The show has absolutely phenomenal acting from everyone involved. There is no sore thumb. Everyone is a standout, folks. The acting is perfection. It's perfection. This is what happens when you get some of the greatest actors in their craft. I guess actors in their craft is redundant, but to be in a show, I mean, come on, everyone is great. Everybody is great. This doesn't really have much to do with The Crown per se, but I just, especially since it says like King Edward and his brother abdicating the throne, I just couldn't stop thinking about the King's Speech, which is of course a Best Picture winner. One I actually quite like, despite the flack it gets for beating Social Network. But I don't know. I just thought I'd mention that because I kept noticing it throughout. I will also say, tying the show to another property that has really no relation to it, Vanessa Kirby, who I've seen her and stuff before now that I know who she is, but I only really got to know her through Pieces of a Woman, which came out this year. And it's one of the best performances I've seen in a while. Vanessa Kirby's excellent in it, and of course that's further reinforced here, where she is also really excellent. She's risen to one of my favorite actresses easily, and she was maybe the standout for me. I know I said there's no sore thumbs, but just because of personal preference, she's absolutely incredible. Speaking of Vanessa Kirby and her character Princess Margaret, many characters have their own arcs throughout the season, right? So you have the Queen has her duties, and then Philip, recent passing, struggles, doing the duties required of him, of being the Queen's husband. He doesn't like that very much. Princess Margaret wants to marry her father's former advisor, who is divorced, and of course that causes a scandal. And Winston Churchill, legendary historical, figure, is, it's after World War II, so he's trying to sort of juggle the glory from that and the responsibility that he still has to help England, this country that he loves, and also know when to give it up. And of course, at the center of it all is the Queen, who is forced to make a decision in every single aspect of the show. I do not envy her at all. I respect, if this is true, the Queen very much, and of course Claire Foy for doing an excellent performance. But she has to, tell her sister, just wait, just hold off. She has to, juggle the idea of, her husband. Is she all these things with him having to do his duties, sort of begrudgingly, and she just has to, I guess, get him to. Churchill, who is sort of portrayed as they have a little bit of a rivalry in the show, but it's still mutual respect for each other, it would seem. All interesting dynamics, all great character arcs. The writing is brilliant. Each episode sort of focuses on a specific event, and each episode is captivating. There's not a single bad episode. Folks, this show is so great. It really is. I mean, you have, again, historical things like I had heard about, of course, the London smog thing, if you've seen The Crown, but it's just done so well here. And, you get to learn these little tidbits, locations she visits, the Queen, things she has to do. Like, it's just such an interesting history lesson, as well as nice piece of fiction that you can sink your teeth into. As I mentioned, the brilliant writing, the arcs of each character, the events, the historical events that follow, and then it does a really good job of building and building all the way up until the season finale, where you reach that boiling point of pretty much every single conflict in the show, and you're just so captivated. And folks, I just want to start season 2. I do. I don't know. I've heard conflicting reports about which season is best. If you've seen The Crown, let me know what season you think is the best down below. And, you know, I find it kind of fascinating how they swap actors every 2 seasons, I believe. So that'll be interesting. But anyways, on a tangent, brilliant build-up. Folks, off the top of my head, there's not a single bad thing that I can think of about the show. I really loved every aspect of it. In every technical aspect, it's excellent. And of course, even from my personal, I like to distinguish between favorite and best, and it fulfills both. Folks, The Crown has to be an easy A for me, a very, very high A. It's very good. It is very good. If you like things like that, like historical dramas, I'd been holding off for a while because I'm not sure the royal family is very interesting and whatnot. I shouldn't have. It is great. It deserves all the praise it gets. All right, folks, so that's my review of The Crown Season 1. I would like to continue to review seasons of The Crown, so I'm not going to have any. I would not like to be obligated to, so I'm not going to promise anything. But if you want me to, you know, go ahead and like the video, comment down below. If I get a request, I mean, I will, because I like to do stuff for my people. Anyway, I've been EDPC Reviews. You've been amazing. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.